and I'm going to start off this series of glitch videos by showing you the things that I missed in my main LP. Like, what happens when you dash into the tree, and what that sign says, and various tutorial messages that the soldiers on the green. There isn't really that much that I missed in the main LP. Like, look, this. This shows you. This is what happens every time you reload your file. You can start from your house, the sanctuary, or from the mountain cave, which is the cave of the old man. And this is the game over screen. It plays the same music as you hear in the Fairy Fountain. I like it. Oh yeah. And here we go. This is the walk through walls glitch. Jump off a ledge, and then save and quit. The reason this glitch happens is because the game doesn't forget that it thinks you're in the jumping state. Because basically, when you jump, you're programmed to be in a jumping state where you can't get hurt or anything, so it's simpler to program. Because I think weird stuff would happen if you got hit while you're jumping otherwise. So, the game remembers whether you're on the upper level of a room or the lower level. And I think this is a glitch because the game should reset all variables to the default when you reset. But because the game thinks you're in the upper level, then you get knocked down to the lower level when you get hurt because you go into the hurting state, and then the game thinks that, and then because you're in the hurting state, it resets all the variables as a result. And what I'm showing you right here is the map to the underworld. All of the dungeons in the game are connected. As you can see, Misery Mire is to the south of Hyrule Castle, and so on and so forth. I'm sorry that it looks so small, but there's really nothing I can do about that. It's the only way I could get it to fit in this video. But yeah, that's the map that I was relying on. I relied on a glitcher named Xanaford in order for my glitchy needs, because it's just really useful to rely on a map here, because it's easy to get lost. And yeah, this is a really annoying thing. I mean, you can get a screen scrolling glitch where you break the screen scrolling and you infinitely scroll in one direction. And right now you're looking at Dummy Link. Like, you can see, isn't it odd how he doesn't have a shield with him? Well, that's because he's not the real Link. The Link you're actually controlling is off-screen or something. So, I tried the glitch again, because I screwed up the last time. Basically, the goal of the Walk Through Walls glitch is to find rooms that are hoppable, which means they have lower levels, and so you can hop out of the wall. I think the hardest part of this glitch is making sure that you get to the upper level of where you want to get to without getting hit. Because if you get hit by an enemy, then the glitch is over. Because if you got hit by any of the enemies in the overworld, then you get into the hurting state, and the variables would reset so that it would once again know that you're not in the upper level. Because Link is invincible when he's in the jumping state, and he's also invincible when he's in the hurting state. So it makes sense that if you get hurt while you're supposed to be in the jumping state and thus invincible, the game gets confused and realizes, hey, wait a minute, you're not jumping. And usually when you jump, you end up in the lower level. So the game assumes that since you're not jumping anymore, you must have gone to a lower level. Yeah, it's weird how the graphics change. Yeah, I named him. In Zelda 1 and 2, you could name your character whatever you wanted, but it didn't really matter because none of the NPCs, which stands for non-playable character in case you're wondering, none of the people you talk to actually address you by name, so it doesn't really matter what you call them. But in A Link to the Past and beyond, it's really funny if you choose a certain name because it can result in some pretty funny dialogue changes. But what I'm showing off here is the speedrun way to beat this game. go to the left after activating the glitch where I did, and then you just keep going up. And you have to be careful around the hoppable room south of Aghanim's room, because then you won't be able to get over here. And here's what happens after you get the credits. Because the game autosaves when you beat the game, it makes an autosave where you're at the Dark World or the Pyramid of Power. Because this is one of these games where after you get through the ending credits, then it doesn't actually save. I mean, no, it does save. That's the whole point. Once it gets to the ending credits and it says the end, then it doesn't go back to the title screen. It just lingers there and you have to turn the game off. And it makes an autosave because of that. So that saves your progress whenever you beat the game. And because of that, this game autosaved that I was in the Dark World on top of Pyramid of Power, even though I'm at phase 1 of the game when it's supposed to be raining. And as a result, I started up here. But during phase 1 of the game, which is the part of the game before you get Zelda's Sanctuary Rescuer, all of the Dark World enemies, they don't exist. Because all of the Light World enemies, they're actually in the Dark World. Because I think they had to put the Light World enemies somewhere. Because they couldn't just get rid of them somehow. So they put them in the Dark World. And yet they could erase the Dark World sprites just fine. So, I don't know. My point is, if you're wondering why everything looks so weird in the Dark World, it's because of that. Because the game is using Dark World sprite to account for Light World objects. And that's why everything looks so weird. Yeah, I fast forwarded through most of this. Oh, don't you just hate it when that happens? You get stuck in the wall and then you can't do anything and have to try it again. So I had to go through all that all over again. And don't you just hate it when you get the screen scrolling glitch and you break the scrolling and then you can't really do anything? Like, I'm desperately trying to go up, but the game won't let me go up. I hate it when that happens, and I have no idea how to undo that. You can actually get all the way to the Tower of Hera before even rescuing Zelda for the first time. And when you exit the mountain tower, which is still a bland name by the way, then the graphics look all weird. Because the game was never supposed to have rain while you're in the mountains. So the game reacts really weird when you have rain in the mountains. And the game's programmed to be raining out in the overworld no matter where you are. And it's pretty cool how even when you're in a Light World or Dark World dungeon, then the rain effect still plays. You can still hear it. And even when the game actually knows that you're in the dungeon. Because that's another thing. If you go to another dungeon from Hyrule Castle, the game still thinks that you're in Hyrule Castle. Oh yeah, I didn't show this off in the video. If you go into the hole from the south, then you have a harder time getting to the world. And yeah, I cut out a lot of stuff because I just basically went through the entire dungeon again as normal. And here's the red pendant, the Pendant of Wisdom. And that's some extra dialogue that I didn't show off. The game actually accounts for the possibility that you collected the Pendant of Power first. And here's why you can't get the magic mirror if you're under phase 1 of the game. This is why. You just decide to go rock climbing for eternity and then you can't get the magic mirror. I mean, I've heard that some people somehow managed to get the magic mirror. I think it has to do with changing variables in the game by beating certain bosses, like the Dungeon 1 boss. But I have no idea how they do it, because I can't get the thing at all. The guide that I read, Xanifer's Glitch Guide, it talked about how... Oh yeah. Yeah, it's weird how you just go into the box. And I showed you that screen there. And the reason why I got into this room is because there's a wall that you can move in this dungeon. And usually when there are dungeons where there are walls you can move by like torches, the walls surrounding the area will be solid or something. They'll be hoppable without you hopping out of them. And so you'll go into that room whether you like it or not. So I wasn't intending to come here, but I ended up coming here anyways. Anyways, I was following Xanifer's Glitch Guide, and he talked about how... Oh yeah, if the game thinks you're in Hyrule Castle right now. So if you get the big key here, then that big key is going straight to Hyrule Castle. So the next time you go to Misery Mire, the Misery Mire isn't going to have a big key for you. So you won't be able to beat it if you didn't use the big key that counts for Hyrule Castle to unlock every big key door there. So you can make the game unwinnable with this glitch if you're not careful. Anyways, I followed Xanifer's Glitch Guide. He said that the reason he was having trouble getting the magic mirror was because he was approaching the old man from the side that you're supposed to. And that's why he was getting the glitch. Oh yeah. The Swamp Palace, the second dungeon of Dark World, is really annoying because all of its rooms are solid. And so you get trapped in them if you try to go into them with the walk the walls glitch. Because it's weird, I think... Oh yeah, I just hate it when that happens. It's weird because if you scroll too far to the left, so that you wrap around the underworld map, and then you end up being on the most eastern side of it instead of the western side of it, then the dungeons will kind of screw up because all of its crystal switches will vanish. And so you won't be able to progress in certain areas. Like if you get to the Tower of Hera when you scream wrap and wrap around the world, then you're not going to be able to progress because you won't have the switches. Yeah, I made a bit of a jerk moment there. Yeah, but yeah, I recommend trying to get into the Palace of Darkness that way. Don't try to go into the dungeon from that little tiny space because chances are you're gonna fail. The cave looks so much more beautiful with that color. And yep, you can even wander around Kakariko Village when it's under the rain. Unfortunately, there's no villagers here because all of the villagers are in the Dark World, which means that the guy who sells you bottles is in the Dark World, but he's surrounded by this thing that you can't walk into. You can't get the bottle from the bottle salesman in phase 1 of the game. I mean, you can use it, you can do it by using the mirror and walking 1 pixel forward and then very slowly backing up into the warp portal you created. But again, I don't have the magic mirror. I have no idea how you're supposed to get the magic mirror in phase 1 of the game. Because the glitch guide I followed said that he had no problem getting the magic mirror when he did exactly what I did. So, I don't know. I think that glitch guide has been updated for a while, which sucks because it's the only guide doing this glitch run. Yeah, I went through Eastern Palace as normal, so I sped it up because you didn't need to see all that. And I'm sorry if I'm making it hard to follow along this sort of glitch run without fast forwarding and edits, but this is mainly for commentary purposes because I would run out of things to say and the glitch series would go on forever if I didn't do all this editing and cutting. So, like, I think you can speed up, I think you can slow down the videos in YouTube, and maybe you can follow along that way, or you can pause a whole bunch. Then you'd have a hard time listening to my commentary, but I guess you'd have to mute it and then listen to the commentary later. But what I'm showing off right now is the hardest glitch in the game. Yeah, as you can see, this is how it can go wrong. You can get stuck in the infamous pool. I used to think it was impossible to get the power gloves in phase 1 of the game. But it turns out it isn't. But it's very, very difficult. Oh yeah, this is what happens when you dash into trees. It's weird because the trees still remember that they have stuff in them in phase 1 of the game. So, go to the left, and then immediately go down. Don't go any further left, or you'll get a problem. And as you can see, I'm controlling Dummy Link. This is not really Link. You can tell because he's not having a shield. And if I was controlling, if this was the actual Link that I was controlling, he would have a shield. The actual Link is way far to the left of me, as you can see, because I scrolled the screen when it was all messed up. Because the problem, what happens is, when you talk to the soldiers, yeah, scroll left, scroll down, then you jump down, and you go down and go all the way here. Yeah, because it takes so long to get all the way here, that it's easy to forget what you did wrong, what you did right. But anyways, the screen, yeah, you probably wouldn't expect that you can move right, because it looks like it's a wall that you can't go through. But yeah, you go to the right, and that's how you fix the problem. And again, the real Link is way to the left of you. And so the dummy Link that you're seeing here is not the actual Link. Move left, and there you go. Because, well, I guess the real Link was actually to the right of the dummy Link, and that's why you had to move to the left to get the dummy Link to leave. Yeah, I was so happy when I finally did this glitch right. I cheered. I literally cheered. And that wasn't the first time that I did this glitch right. I mean, I've done glitch runs in this game a whole bunch. I've done glitches a lot. Yeah, you can't get the heart piece here because it doesn't spawn. Because it's a Dark World sprite. It appears in the Dark World. And here's the dialogue that I missed. This is Agana. This is what he says to you if you don't have the Book of Medora when you talk to him. And I really hate it how he doesn't say that important exposition when you have the Book of Medora when you talk to him. Yeah, they don't... The thing that blocks you from getting into Desert Palace, as well as the text that shows up when you try to read it, it doesn't appear because it's a light world sprite, so it's in the dark world right now. And as a result, in phase 1 of the game, you can just walk into the Desert Palace, no problem. I mean, the screen transition will fail if the soldiers automatically talk to you, so it's really difficult to get to the Desert Palace because the screen scrolling screws up. But if you just do exactly what I did, then you'll be able to get the Power Glove no problem. Well, not no problem, but it is possible.